How's it going? This is Lance, the owner and designer of Arc Industries. So basically what I have here today is I have this rebuildable dripper. A couple things a little bit different about this dripper. It's not like every other dripper that you've ever seen before. You know, typical three-piece design, so it comes apart in three pieces, right? Now, this is the interesting part about this dripper. If you notice how deep the juice well is on this, my theory or my logic on this whole build was basically to get a whole bunch of hits off of it, because you know, like those situations where you're driving and you have issues like, you know, oh, I don't want to drip and drive because I don't want to get into a car accident. This is going to be your solution for it. So what I have designed here today basically is to get the most amount of flavor and also, you know, help out those people that are cloud chasers at the same time. My theory on this was to get 44 hits off of it, which is possible. I've done it myself multiple times before. It does have to be set up on a specific build in order for you to get that. Now, typically I like to keep it around a 0.7. 0.7 will get me about 44 hits before I have to drip it again. And ideally, you build your coils slightly underneath the screw post, so slightly elevated, basically to where when the cap's on here, you don't see the coils through here. Okay, so the coils sit just above the air hole, and what it does in theory is it sucks in the airflow through the air, or through the hole, lifts up and drags the vapor and hits the top of the cap, which is also tapered as well. And what it does is it actually changes the flavor for you. My whole logic on this was, like I said, just to get a lot of hits on it, because I'm the type of person that sits behind the wheel a lot and I have to do a lot of driving, and my main issue with tanks is I don't get enough vapor production. With this, I've pretty much nailed it for the most part. It's a little bit more difficult to build on as far as putting a simple build on here. Most people, when they build an Atty, they put the airflow blocker right in the center. And some people say it's really difficult. Well, I always build my coils in the center, which you will have to do on this one as well. Now for the cloud chasers, basically what you do is you build the coils on this side to maximize the airflow. It will just be open all the time. Okay, so after you're done building everything, since the coils sit elevated right here, you just take the cotton and you wick it down, and you basically make a bed that sits inside the juice well. Okay, after everything is said and done, it looks something like this. So something a little bit different. Notice how the coil sits above the airflow blocker. Okay, and like I said, logically what it does is it's pushing the vapor straight up, and it tapers off the cap and goes straight into what you're inhaling. Okay, so right back into your mouth. And what that does is, most people say, oh, you put the airflow right in front of, you're gonna put the airflow right in front of the coils. Okay, my logic on that is that it tasted very airy. You don't get the full volume of the flavor. But with this, it doesn't have chance to, you know, hit the air, cool down the coil. It taints the flavor. It makes it so much more different. With something like this, everything's so brilliant and everything just tastes so much more to the extreme. When you smell a juice and you're telling yourself that it smells really good, and you're hoping that, you know, it's just going to be something that's really good, and it's not. Well, with this, you get every last bit of flavor out of whatever you're vaping. Changes the game for everything. This one here, if you notice, is a little bit different. This is actually my next style cap, which I will be releasing as well. It's just an accessory. This whole Arc Atty is actually created out of copper. Just something a little bit different. Doesn't look like everybody else's Atty. I just wanted to be out there, different, you know, different style, whole different thing. But it's not something that's, you know, looks appealing to some people, but it's aesthetics for me. Is I want something that's going to hit good, it's going to last me forever, and get me from point A to point B without having to re-drip it. This is the Atty that you're looking for. Like I said, it's 44 hits. I'll give you a rough idea of how much juice this thing holds. This is my big bottle of juice. I sit there and I flood it out. I let the juice go down to the bottom, so basically before I get into my car and I start driving, I just soak it up full of juice a little bit, and then boom, that's pretty much it. You're ready to go. You can sit here and vape all day long. Like I said, still throwing fat clouds. I don't have any issues like that. It's not like a K-Fun where I'm not getting any vapor production. I get every last bit of everything out of this. And my juice that I'm using, I can taste it. It tastes exactly how it smells out of the bottle. This stuff is great. My Atty design just came out a lot better than I expected anyway. You know, like I said, the looks wise, I understand, you know, it doesn't look the best right now, but I'm working on it, okay? I have additional accessories. I guarantee you that you'll love this Atty. Based off of the flavor and everything else, if you ever have any issues with this Atty, I will personally replace it. All you have to do is send it back to me. If you burn out an insulator, just say, I will replace it for you. Send it in to me. I will send you out a new one. I will take care of everything. I back up my word. And when you looked at the post on the Atty, you noticed that they were gold plated. It's not like everybody else is gold plating. I didn't gold plate steel. I gold plated copper. Okay, so it's a lot more conductive than a lot of Attys. The holes, they look a little bit on the smaller side. I can still fit parallel 26 gauge wires through there. So like I said, for you cloud chasers out there, this is also an ideal Atty for you as well. When I cloud chase, I normally get like maybe 3 hits before I have to re-drip. When I cloud chase on my Atty here, I probably get 15 hits before it's dry and I have to re-drip it again. So even if I'm in the car, that helps me. That's less dripping that I have to do when I'm driving. But when I'm driving, I just keep this nice simple build here and I just keep vaping. All day long. And if you take a look at this here, notice that the cotton is still really wicked. I'm just on a basic wrap, 6 wrap, 26 gauge, no hot wires, nothing else like that, nothing too crazy. I'm at 30 watts on my my flask mod here, and I have no issues with it at all. I can sit here and I can probably get like another 40 hits out of it, to be honest with you. This Atty's great. It's, you know, a good deal. Everything is silicone O-rings, so you don't have to worry about, you know, cleaning out your whole Atty and then having the O-rings, like having problems putting it back on. The cap will pop on and off all day long. No issues. The O-rings don't swell, so you don't have to worry about that as well. Like I said, just the Atty overall is just great. I can vape it all day.
How would you compare it to Kangertech Mega or anything else, any other Atty out there?
Okay, so other Attys, I mean, like I said, the Tobe is a great Atty. I love it. You know, I'm not knocking on the product. I do own the product myself as well. Same thing with Kanger. I do own one of these as well too. My only issue with this is vapor production. Vapor production is just not there. My whole objective of designing an Atty myself was basically to kill the market. You know, make it somewhat affordable for people. Make it that one-time investment to where you only need one Atty. You don't have to go out buy a bunch of different Attys because you see something new. Whenever somebody creates a new Atty, it's all the same thing. You get a couple of hits off of it. The flavor changes slightly. This one's a game changer for sure. You can't, you know, drip with any other Atty and get 44 hits out of it. This one, you can. You can drip, get 44 hits. I get from point A to point B without having any problems. This Atty just kills it. The Kanger, you know, the tank design is great. It doesn't leak or anything like that. The airflow is great on it, but the vapor production isn't there. Same thing with K-Fun. It's great, the flavor is good, you know, you still have to rebuild it every now and then, but you know, it's not there for flavor and dripping. People want to be able to drive and get good vapor production and still blow clouds while being able to not drip. It just makes it that much more convenient. So, you know, overall, like I said, this Atty just kills everything on the market right now. And you should definitely be looking out for more of my products coming out, because I have a lot more designs that will be hitting the future for you cloud chasers out there, and I will be designing a tank as well. Even for you basic users, for people that use like Ego Twist and all the simple variable voltage mods, I will have a tank being released for that too. And logic will be the same on that one, you know, a little bit more cloud production. Sometimes it satisfies the people, you know, maybe that's a need that you want to stop smoking if you still smoke cigarettes. For me, I don't smoke any cigarettes, and you know, I'm completely happy and content with this. So basically the reason why I got into the game was to get everybody to stop smoking in general. So this is my first step, so definitely look into it and look forward to all the new products that are coming out from ARC Industry.
So this one that you're vaping on will be the same as this one right here?
Correct. It's the same exact thing. The one that I'm vaping on right now is just a new design, which will be a cap accessory for you, along with multiple other different features that you won't catch out of most other people. And the one thing that you see out of most people that design stuff is that they take a long time to make something. You know, they say that, oh, we're going to release accessories for it. Well, for me, it won't be a long time. You will see it very soon. So I designed this Atty now. Probably sometime next month, 2 months down the line, you'll see another product from me. And like I said, all in logic, it's basically just to kill everything for the whole vaping industry. It's cheap, it's going to be affordable, and you'll be able to pretty much get it anywhere. This will be something that everybody's looking to get their hands on. This is the next generation of vaping.
You haven't even filled it up and it's still...
I can keep going on this all day.
That's good. That's really good for people that drive a lot, you know, that doesn't want to fill up while they're driving. This is something that you shouldn't be driving while you're filling up your tank anyway. This is great.
Exactly. Like I said, the whole idea between, you know, vaping for drippers anyway is they don't want to sit there and drip and drive. They want to blow massive clouds, but they can't do it while they're driving because they're constantly having to drip. People have been getting into car accidents and stuff like that. My objective is to pretty much avoid that situation. That way we stop getting hassled in the vape industry. Most people are, you know, haters. Older generation people are like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? I'm trying to get them to be okay with it and maybe start vaping themselves, just to try to change up the game a little bit, show people that vaping's not as bad as we all think it is. You know, if we make it a little bit more safe and there's people that don't get into car accidents from vaping, then it puts a little bit of a, you know, stuff aside for us. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Cops will stop hassling us yet, or a little bit less anyway. So, you know, people need this in their life, you know, especially for us drippers. Like I said, I can still keep vaping on it. It's a little bit on the drier side, but I can still keep vaping on it. I'm vaping at 30 watts all day long.
All right, Lance. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Anytime.